FedEx has been charged in an illegal prescription drug conspiracy. Apparently, they were delivering prescription drugs to individuals who didn't have prescriptions for them, and they were doing so through these really, really shady online prescription drug companies. Now, they are dealing with a 15-count indictment, and it stems from deliveries made between 2000 and 2010 from illegal pharmacies that only required an online form to order prescription medications. According to the indictment, FedEx had knowingly been delivering the drugs even after multiple warnings from drug enforcement officials. Now, FedEx is defending itself. They're saying, no, we are not law enforcement. We just deliver the packages. You guys need to get off our asses. But it turns out that the Department of Justice is still going after them, and they plan on dealing with them in the harshest possible way.
FedEx also added that those illegal drugs were delivered before 8 a.m. the next business morning. So,
yeah. So go ahead and suck it.
Yeah. So right, exactly. Yeah.
Well, I'm mixed on this story. So they made $820 million in profits, and so
how much money do they make?
Oh my God!
FedEx.
Just on you're right. Just on this, they made $820 million, let alone everything else, right? So honestly, if I was running FedEx, I'd be like, really? We got to cut it out? No, I'm not selling the drugs. I'm in the transportation business, right? And I got to give up to $820 million of revenue because, hey, not my drugs. I don't give a shit, right? The flip side is, yeah, people who transport drugs go to jail for a long, long time, right? And so none of these executives will go to jail. I'm surprised the Justice Department is doing criminal indictments here, and that's positive in a lot of ways, right? And so it's a little bit of justice that if Joe Blow on the street's going to get...
Criminal indictments against the company, though, not against specific...
No, I know. That's what I'm going to get to that in a second. So it's criminal indictment against the company as they would against Joe Blow on the street. But the ultimate ending of this is, who cares? They're not going to actually put the executives in jail. So if you do a criminal... We got FedEx. What are you going to do? Put FedEx in jail?
No,
you're going to do a fine.
They're going to pay a fine, and it's actually going to be significantly less than the profits that they made through doing these transactions. So, I mean, it's a win-win for everyone, I guess.
Did you say in this, did you list where they were delivering some of these drugs? Because that's my favorite part of the story.
Yes. So the grand jury said that FedEx couriers in Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia had warned the company as early as 2004 that their trucks were being stopped by pharmacy customers demanding packages of pills and threatening them with harm, and that some of the listed delivery addresses were vacant homes where carloads of people were waiting for their drugs.
It was a parking lot. Like a parking lot, yeah.
So they sounded like walkers out of a Walking Dead, right? Yeah. Like they're delivering the drugs. People are like, right? Like, give it to me.
Lipitor.
Right. So
my cholesterol is over 300.
That's why I'm dragging my leg.
Yeah. So did FedEx know? Of course they knew. And if you're going to get really serious about the story, this goes to the special rights that corporations have. They have human rights, they have freedom of speech rights, which is insane. They now have, because of the Hobby Lobby case, religious rights, and then they have the right not to go to jail. If you made $820, let alone $820 million transporting drugs, your ass would be in jail. None of these executives will go to jail because they're like, well, it wasn't me. It was taken up with Mr. FedEx. And there is no Mr. FedEx. Because you know what? Corporations aren't people.
Right. What I'm actually a little amazed by is that this even became something that the DOJ wanted to investigate, because no one of power is being hurt here, right? The pharmaceutical companies aren't being hurt. They're still making their money. In fact, they're making more money because people without prescriptions are getting their hands on their drugs. FedEx is a corporation. They're making their money. They're chilling. Like, is the Department of Justice trying to protect people? That's weird.
I know. And credit where credit is due. You're right. The Justice Department doing a nice job of actually tracking down a scam that's going on and at least taking some action against a corporation when it appears that no other corporation wins. I'm like, makes me like, wait, is UPS giving them donations?
but actually, I'm wondering too if the pharmaceutical companies are behind it because they might be getting drugs that are generic or whatever and don't, the money doesn't go into their pocket.
Oh, Steve-O's also saying that's the case from back there. Oh, God damn it, Derek.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take a needle to that
They're
wound,
generic medications?
I mean, I
We
always
are?
thought that was the whole point of those delivery services.
I see.
That's what I thought.
So they get it off the internet,
Yeah, and
so they
it's-
don't have to pay the exorbitant prices
it's
for
not Xanax,
the.
it's Xenex, but it
Right.
does the same thing.
What are you supposed to do when you absolutely positively need your Crestar overnight?
Why is this happening?
That was like FedEx's slogan in like 1991.
So for that other guy that knew that,
They were still when they were Federal Express.
Even if it's not a generic but an actual one, what the online pharmacies are doing is they're undercutting the prices. That's why people are ordering them in bulk online. So this is hurting the profits of actual pharmacies and also the pharmaceuticals who want to regulate the pricing at a very, very high rate. Remember, they don't even want our government negotiating for better rates. They certainly don't want online rogue distributors of drugs doing it.
I'm taking all credit away from the Justice Department. There's no way they didn't investigate because of heavy pressure from the pharmaceutical companies. You have to understand, pharmaceutical companies, drug companies are among the top 3 donors in Washington, period, including defense contractors, oil companies, etc. FedEx is a large corporation and has some degree of power, but their level of political donations is dwarfed by the pharmaceutical companies. And this is exactly what's wrong with money in politics. Even if you're a small business, you're gonna get rolled, you're gonna get crushed. But even if you're a big business like FedEx, but you don't have the lobbying power of the pharmaceutical companies, watch your ass. Because if they decide you're in trouble, okay? wolf-pack.com. I mean, I'm serious. If you don't get money out of politics, I mean, look at the way they make decisions. It's insanity.